time that I need to get as much down as easy as I can and keep the plan really simple.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to the channel. It is Beyond Authentic Health. If you are new here, my name is Lisa.
I'm Rufus.
Sorry if I just hit the microphone then.
Yeah.
I did, and I muted it. But there you go. So good evening, everybody. I do hope you are well. I'm just loading up the YouTube back end for us while I'm just doing this. So yes, good evening. It is 6:30. It's a Wednesday evening, which means it is our weigh-in Wednesday. So I do hope all of you, as I say, are doing fantastic. It looks like everything closed down. The last time I used the computer, everything closed down suddenly.
It's a bit like every week.
It's a bit like every week. Well, don't worry. I've got Neil is going to be looking into bits and pieces to stop it happening, because
strange things happen.
They do. Which, are you surprised, considering this is such a witchy room?
It is something.
It is something, isn't it? Yeah. But are you surprised when like random things happen and random things change in between, when I've not touched anything or done anything, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, where's all that gone?
We believe in science.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, sorry, that was an advert. That shouldn't have happened. How did that happen? Let's just, bear with me 1 second.
I mean,
what am I actually doing? What are you doing, Lisa?
It would not be a normal weigh-in video if, Lisa wasn't doing something.
What do you mean? I'm getting it so I can get our content up with our wonderful people that are here watching us, our wonderful subscribers and supporters. I am getting it so that that we can talk back to them in the comments. That's what I'm doing. I'm getting the comments up. Here we go. Oh, I didn't tell you, did I? I'll explain in a second. I've just seen that Dormouse is here. Dormouse's doggo was poorly. Oh. They had to take him to the emergency vets. All of a sudden, overnight, wow, that's really big. Overnight, all of a sudden, he seemed to be allergic to stuff, and his skin got all funny on his tummy. How awful is that? Hang on. It's not on the comment today, dear, because they told me it yesterday. I forgot to tell you last night, and then I flaked out today, haven't I?
Sorry about that. That's really sad.
Really sad. They're okay. They're on super strong, what's it called? Not painkillers. Antibiotics. That's the word.
So they rely on us, don't they?
They do.
To notice, it's like your kids. You notice when they're poorly or something, just...
They really do. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
So then, good evening to everybody. I've got the chat up. Change that to intro. Right, let's see who is here this evening. Karen Fraser, you were the first person in today. Good evening to you, my darling. Evening. Oh, why is that not come up on my screen?
Yeah, evening.
Why is it not come out? Where's it should be? Do you know, it's so complicated doing this live. Just say hello to people again, Rufus, and I will fix.
Hello.
I will fix. I will fix.
But anyway, say this week, it's been another really good week. I said the weather's been lovely.
Oh, it has, hasn't it? Hasn't it been lovely?
Been trying to get the garden done and doing bits and pieces, putting new plants out. So I think by the end of this week we'll have all our butternuts and stuff in the garden. So we've got all that ready to go out, and got loads of seedlings in the greenhouse that I got for my birthday.
What, the seedlings?
Yeah,
I didn't get
loads of little ones I put in the grow house.
I never got your seedlings.
No, we got them in littles.
No, what you mean is
The seeds.
the seeds. The
we
greenhouse
got some
I got you.
seedlings that are in the greenhouse.
Yeah, but it was the greenhouse I got you, wasn't it?
Yeah, and there's like I say, we've got loads of little things that are ready to plant out soon. Lots of tomatoes as well. So now you're sort of eating tomatoes, but not eating tomatoes, but a little bit.
Little bits, now and then. Trying not to eat too many.
And I kept a load of pepper seeds as well, so we're going to put those out as well and get those, see if we can get them growing. And like I say, supposedly peppers don't die off as long as they don't get too cold over like the winter. You can keep them somewhere warmish. So I don't know if they'll survive in the greenhouse.
Don't know. I hope so. It's really warm in there, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
There we are. Look, comments on screen. Oh, just took me a few
seconds.
seconds.
In there. But yeah.
So yeah, Dormouse says hello. Ed says hello. Country Love Homestead. Hello, welcome to the channel. Country Love joins me on our Witchy channel quite a bit. Okay. Country Love. You see how their name is spelt here?
Yeah.
Kuntry. The first few times I saw the name, I wasn't seeing the R.
No.
So guess what I was reading it as?
I can imagine.
Yeah. Oopsie. So for the that was an interesting stream, wasn't it? For the first couple of times.
That sounds about right for you. Yeah.
It does really, doesn't it? Yeah. But it's not my fault. And now every single time I want to say that other word that doesn't have the R in it, and I have to remind myself, nope, it's country. Ed's asking how Rue was.
A silent R.
It's a silent R, yes. Julie Parish, hello both. Hope you are keeping well. I had some good luck with your weigh-in. We've done all right, actually. Yeah. Julie was on last night as well. Rue's still flat, but being cheeky, spitting the tablets out, even when it's hidden in cheese.
Did you? Oh, you didn't bring the other one in. Shall I go and get
what
the other
one
quick there? But did you get it there?
No, these two are for the one that we were given.
Yeah.
No, I thought we could do that on another video later down the line. Right, Rufus, you're amazing at this. How do you have any advice? Because it's, look, Dormouse is saying Rue spits out the tablets even when they're hidden in cheese. He sucks the cheese off and then spits them out. Our Ruby used to do that, didn't she? She was very good. Hide a tablet in anything and she'd go,
But
and there would come the tablet.
When we use pate, so you just get pate out of a tube or a little pot, and we'll put the pill in there, even down to putting it on a spoon and crushing the tablet and
what I was about to say,
mixing it in with a little piece of pate, or you make a little indent in the pate and then put the powdered pill in it, mush it together, and then they'll eat the whole thing.
Or if Rue doesn't like pate, or if it's a bit rich for them, like a Dairy Lee cheese triangle or something, something like that.
Softer. It's not like if they bite into, often if they like, unlike RLV, if some dogs, if they bite into something and feel there's something they don't know what is inside of it, like inside the cheese or whatever, they'll just spit it out. So I mean, and the last result will be, if you really had to literally, takes two people though, one push it to the back of their mouth and just make them swallow it. But pate normally works, so I would try the pate definitely, and just crush the pill. Crush it and just pop it in the pate.
Kimberly down south, hello from across the pond. Sweet home Alabama. Got to sing it every time.
Got some bits of
we've got a couple of books for you, my darling. Sorry about your dog. Good evening, Margaret Parker. Good evening, Rachel. Your dogs do like to worry us. Kimberly,
they do.
What? Making the most of giving sad eyes. Yes, absolutely. Right. Rufus, you look like you got a haircut. Did you trim your hair this week? I think you did, didn't you?
You did. Clipper.
Yeah, you did. Well done. Well spotted. Byron the Vegan Loser. Have you seen? By the way, everyone, go and check out Byron's video. Have you seen? I know. Have you seen how many views his first video's had? He's had like over 10 million views.
Must be a vegan thing. People like vegan stuff, don't they?
10 million. I know, it's amazing. He's had 27 billion views. Everybody on the planet has viewed it 29,000 times. 475 trillion views he's had in a day.
That's nice.
Almost. But no, great
right.
guns.
That's
It just
right.
shows you, Byron, what have we been saying? Like, we've been saying this for years, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
And I've said to you many a time that you've got what it takes to get on here because you're so personable. But yeah, absolutely. Well done. And well done for your latest results, which we're going to hear later as well. Tell us in a bit. Because we did watch your weigh-in video.
We did, yeah.
I watched it on the... Oh, I didn't comment because we watched it on the Lounge Telly, which is on our account on the Lounge, which is a different one that we comment on. You've got tons of peppers and tomatoes growing. Yay!
Nice.
Peppers can overwinter for years and years and years. Oh, that's good then, as long as I don't kill them. Kimberly says, Dormouse, you had 2 doggos, then someone dumped some puppies. So the girl is rehomed and you kept the boy. Oh, it's so sad, but also so well done for keeping them.
People do terrible things, don't they?
All our dogs have been rescued. It hurts your heart that folk can dump animals. Absolutely. Oh, peanut butter's another good one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, peanut butter, that's another good one, Dormouse. Again, if you crush it and they're not quite powdered, peanut butter's a good one because it's already crunchy.
Oh,
like the chunky one. Oh, that's a good option as well. Everyone's saying hello to everyone. Dormouse says, good idea. You've got patty in the fridge and cheese triangles. That'll be tried tomorrow. If not, try the doodah.
Yeah.
The peanut butter. Hello all that has said hello. Ed's got a pupper as well. Ed's pupper is about 3 days behind ours on the injection front. So, park soon.
I don't make you laugh and that. It was like ordering some food or whatever and then forget what the dogs are called. That's terrible. How can you forget what your dog's
Just
name
forget
is?
Elvie's name. We've only had her 9 years. We were like, she was the second birth that our old girl gave birth to. You know, we literally saw her being squeezed out. But you know, forget her name.
I know,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, forget her name. It's all right. I'm sure she doesn't mind. Just forget her name. Forget her name.
I don't know how that happened.
You're a bit behind on the live. Press the reset and come and join us on the live. So yeah, do you want to go and get the other books because we'll explain.
I would go and get them.
Yeah, Rufus will explain. In the meantime, I'll talk about the. I tell you what.
Just the bed.
No, grab all 3. So,
Where you are.
on the crate. So, one of the things I want to mention is not one of our talking point issues, but our consultant has decided to. Well, she's not decided to leave. She's been promoted up the ranks with Slimming World. I think she's now regional development something. I don't know. She's got a fancy title. So she's leaving our group, and she was supposed to leave in July, but she's now leaving like this coming week, which is a bit of a shock. But it just shows how wonderful she is because she's moving on really, really quickly. So we're going to try and get a little something from us personally because she was absolutely lovely with this whole changing the court ruling, the trans thing, everything. She's been really lovely with that. And she took me to one side and says, I don't care what anybody says, use the women's if you want to use the women's toilet. It's completely ridiculous. She was just like complete ally. She's absolutely wonderful.
I said, that's us though. I said we are like less than 1% of the population.
I know, right? They're focusing on the wrong 1%.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we're getting a new consultant. The regional manager, Caroline, who we've met a few times, she's coming into our group for a few weeks and training Ellie, who's our new consultant, up. Yeah. So, but it has made us think, hasn't it? Because we get on so well with our consultant, we're thinking maybe when we get nearer to our targets, maybe we'll have a little look into this whole thing. So we shall see. But anyway, what I wanted Rufus to get is because our consultant has given us a book to give away to everybody on the channel. Now, this one is called the Veggie Deluxe. It's got a group sample only sticker on it, but she said we're able to give it away. So we're going to put together a little giveaway. We're going to start putting it together now.
So there might be some other bits as well.
Yeah, she said there might be some other bits from her. But we're going to start putting together some bits and pieces for a big giveaway when we get to 2,500.
Yeah.
Now we're a fair way through from that right now, but the channel is growing. It's so thank you everybody that's helping us to grow.
But as well, like I said, people, you don't think about that when you're a consultant or whatever. All of the books and everything you buy yourself.
Yeah.
So all of the packs, all of the books, and all of the things.
It's all part of
it. So when she got to the point where she's like, oh, actually, I'm going to be leaving very soon. Then what do you do with all the books? You've got to then try and sell them all, or do something, haven't you, to try and shift all of your stock.
So we are also going to be getting a few of our favourite books and things as part of this big giveaway. And we've got a few ideas and things we want to do. It's probably not going to be till later in the year, but I just wanted to mention it now because obviously Lucy's donated this. But Kimberly down south, what Rufus and I have decided to do for you, my darling, and I hope this is okay mentioning it, but you need to let us know if you've got either of these two books, because we were in group yesterday and I said to Rufus, let's pick out our favourite books and we're going to send them to you. So the Curry Club book, which is your favourite, isn't it? You like this one, even though they've got an Ultimate Curry Club, you really like this one.
And there are, like I said, there are I think 2 or 3 recipes in there compared to the other one. They're
very
both
similar, just
slightly different picture, but same type of recipe, or whether they're revamped recipes, I don't know.
So Rufus has got this one for you, so I hope you like curries, because that's going to be coming your way. And then bearing in mind that obviously in the States you've got a very different setup, I went for something super easy, which is the Take 5 book, and this has just got 5 ingredients. And the reason I thought about this was that every single thing you can probably find in the States very, very simply. There's, we're talking horseradish sauce, fromage frais, potatoes, salmon and beetroot.
Does make it fairly easy then, doesn't it?
Yeah. So I thought to myself, do you know what? For someone that's got the app but has completely different brands and everything else, I thought what we'll do, my darling, to help you on your Slimming World journey, we would get these 2 and send them across to you. So expect a delivery very, very, very soon from us. Just as a little way of showing support across the Atlantic, Pacific, across the ocean. So we've got some books, but also they are our recommendations for Slimming World. Oh, do you want to just put those? I'll just put them on the floor there. Expect those coming through soon. What else I was going to say? There was something else I was going to talk about as well, wasn't there, in the first bit? And I can't remember what else it was. Oh, Choosy. This week's Choosy. I put it up late. It's currently at 50-50. So, if you haven't yet voted on our Choosy options, please do go across now. I'll bring the poll up. Please do go across now. We're going to cook it tomorrow. So this is what we're going to do now with all of the Choosies. We're going to give you until the Wednesday, announce it on the Wednesday and cook it tomorrow. So that is what we are going to do. So if you haven't done it yet, please do. Oh, I've just seen Kimberly, you've got a video came up yesterday. I would have seen that if I wasn't asleep earlier. Apparently I closed my eyes and then I woke up several hours later this afternoon.
Yeah, that's about right.
Apparently I did it a couple of times, but that is due to my fibro. What am I looking for? View your channel. Here we go. So if we view the channel, the posts at the moment, the Choosy post, it's now at 48.52. Someone's got in and got voted. So it's at, we should put this in the corner. I wonder if I can do that. That's me in the corner. Let's see. We'll keep an eye on it. Here we go. This is exciting. This is like a live, it's like Eurovision.
Is it?
Yes. Oh. It's like the Eurovision Song Contest. Or the Interstellar Song Contest from Doctor Who.
Don't worry, I'm not going to sing.
I can sing if you want.
Yeah, please don't.
No. Okay, I will then. La la la, Choosy, 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 Choosy. Maybe not. Anyway, Rufus, do you want to talk about the food that we've had this week? It's been quite easy going this week, hasn't it? We've had lots and lots and lots of
baked potatoes.
Lots of baked potatoes. Here we go, look. We can just
busy
check in
week
with
a
this
week.
throughout the day. 48% to 52% currently is what it's standing at.
You have all of the
Ooh.
photos of our Ford on your phone.
I do, but
Yes.
my phone is somewhere because again, oh, there we go. So, peanut butter's on the shopping list. Maybe the variety will trick him. That's a good idea. Good evening, Melinda. Melinda Brown thinks she's convinced that me and Melinda share some ancestry between us.
Yeah.
She's convinced of it. She says that we look very similar, right? I mean, I've got to say, in that photo there is more than a passing resemblance. So she thinks we look very, very similar, and she says that the way I am is very, very similar to her. So
Doppelgangers.
it could be, yeah. But Melinda is something like 2'1". She's not, but she's like 5'3"
Hello,
or something.
Melinda.
Yeah, she's not quite that short, but she is a little on the shorter side. Long lost cousins, she says.
Ah.
But obviously, you know about, like, we don't know my dad's side of the family, so it could be. He was in the Navy, he went to sea all those years. You never know. My granddad was in the Navy, his family were in the Navy, going back a few generations. Who can say? Anyway, it's more than likely, isn't it? It's more than possible.
You never know.
I know, she's in America as well. Dormouse, that was lovely of Lucy. And you think you'd be wonderful consultants. We are looking at it. The thing is, the good thing about us is that each of our weak points, the other one's really good at. So you can tell I'm quite good with the technology and stuff, but fine details, I get a bit lost, don't I?
And I'm good at doing routine things.
Yeah, you're good at
and doing things in order and all of that stuff.
If this is an instruction list, Rufus is very good at this.
Yep.
Unless we're building something, if we're putting a flat pack furniture up, then Rufus just goes straight ahead.
I get the instructions and I throw it to one side, and then I just crack on.
And I go,
and then I go, why is there a screw missing?
Rufus,
Something?
are these bits important? No, not important.
No.
Not important. Are these? No, not important. I know. Look, Kimberly says Rufus and you and Kimberly are twins. Same birthday, year, everything.
Yeah.
Me and Melinda are long lost, separated cousins.
I know, right?
I know, right? It's a bit incestuous, this, isn't it? It's like Ancestry 1, 2, 3 or whatever it's called, where you discover each other's.
4'10".
Yes, just like me, 4'10".
Not down here.
No, 4'10", just like me.
What?
But yes, you don't have the curry book. Oh, I'm glad about that. What about the 5? Because if you got it, I can swap it. The Take 5 book. So yeah, let me know if you've got that one. Anyway, right, food. So this is what we had this week. We had beetroot burgers, Moroccan burgers.
I was going to say we had dust because it's low in calories.
No, we had the beetroot burgers. They were really lovely, weren't they? We do enjoy those. They're something that is.
I could eat them every day.
Which yeah,
I could.
We could do actually, but haven't you found a recipe somewhere? You said you found a recipe for them.
I looked on the app and looked up beetroot burgers, and there is one, and I think it's like shredded beetroot, something like there's not a lot of ingredients in there, but it is like I think shredded beetroot, and then literally made into a burger patty with a couple of other things, and then so I think have they got chickpea? I think chickpea in the ones that we get from Lidl. But these other ones, they're not. They are just literally shredded beetroot.
So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Because we really do like the little ones.
Can you imagine shredding it? You've got to make sure you got your gloves on and everything. Otherwise, you end up.
Oh God, you look like you're an axe murder. You look like Dexter from the TV show Dexter.
I'll put your rubber gloves on and just like. Good job we've got loads of latex-free gloves in the kitchen for cooking and shredding carrots and all sorts.
Kimberly's got the Take 5. Have you got the Take 5 second helpings? Because I'll get that one as well. I'm going to keep the Take 5 for the giveaway. So we've also had fish this week. We had some hake bassa fillet and some smoked haddock.
Yeah, that was
Choosy's
nice.
at 50-50 again.
Is it?
Yes. Gone back up to 50-50. So at this rate, we'll both be cooking. We also had we had quite a bit of fish. We had fish a couple of times. It looks like
a lot of asparagus this week as well.
We have we've had another dinner, which was the beetroot burgers. That was really simple. Oh, and then 2 days. It did us 2 days, didn't it? The pork pad thai.
Oh yeah,
Last week's
that was
Choosy
actually
winner.
really nice. I quite liked that actually. It was alright.
Without giving the game away too much, it was bloody delicious.
It was really
It
nice.
was really, really,
Well, I said,
really
but when
good.
we did the dish that had lemon in, do you remember the one we did that had, the week before that had lemon in?
Yeah.
We didn't like that.
No, that was awful. But
It wasn't the lamb. It was the one before that one.
It was the smoked.
Yeah.
Oh no, it wasn't the smoked salmon with the.
It was it chicken?
They're coming.
It was the
It was the
supposed
turkey.
to be the turkey, but we did
That was
the
actually a chicken.
But
That-
it's because it was very bland.
It
and like,
was.
So you said it was really bland, and
Yeah.
it
That
just had
recipe is up now, by the way.
the zest and lemon juice in it, and it just it was a bit pants, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
It was just like there was just no oomph or nothing in it.
No. Dormel says Dexter was a fantastic show. I loved it when his sister Dee Dee and he'd go in the laboratory and then make things, and then his sister was always like, "Ah!" Do you remember when Dexter went in his laboratory on that TV show Dexter? So we've had a super on plan week in terms of the food. I'm just looking because that's our recipe for the pork pad thai. We filmed it. It will be coming up this week. And then the only other thing we ate was
because one night you crashed out, and then I was ended up cooking really late because
so the only other one we had this week was the a Slimming World beetroot burger with a bit of gammon that was left. So yes, that was that was it. So yes, that was our food this week.
I said
mainly
some of the time though, like I say, we
beetroot burgers.
Kind of like
simplicity.
Depending on what we pick up really, as to like what we decide to eat during the week. And I remember, like I say, even before when we first started Slimming World, and we would go, we'll do this recipe this day and go through the recipes. We would find we ended up with a lot of waste that way.
Yeah.
We didn't always. Sometimes we'd change it or go, actually, that day I don't fancy having that. So now, if we prep bits and like keep stuff in, sometimes it'll be bits in the freezer, a few days worth of bits in the fridge, and then we will make stuff from those things, unless it's a specific recipe that we're doing.
Yeah.
And just
well, this is bringing us on to the topic of the day, really, the topic of the week, because the topic of the week this week, we promoted it at the end last week, is do we plan to shop or shop to plan? Now, what I mean by that is Slimming World always tell us, get your shopping list, work out what you're going to eat this week, get your shopping list and write it down. So just to catch you up on the chat, Melinda had her blood work done this week. She's got high cholesterol, but her A1C, which is your diabetes blood sugary thing, is fine. I had to have my blood pressure machine this week, and they sent it to me without it working. So they didn't charge it. So it's not working.
They did it for something else for you, to book an appointment for something.
For you? We're waiting for your appointment.
Yeah, and then they turned around and said, "Oh, here's your machine. It's been checked and everything."
Yeah, they went, it's all checked. Get it home, and it didn't work.
Flat as a pancake.
Melinda, Dormouse is off to get all your annual check done. Good evening, Linda. I've just seen you pop in as well. MOT blood test tomorrow, and despite losing almost 4.5 stone, nurse will go, you could have done better. Just tell her to pee off. Just tell her you're part of an online Slimming World community, and we'll all turn up at her doctor's and go, excuse me, rude. Yeah. Yes. Oh. Well, back to basics. Got it from us, because we keep on talking about them because we love them. It's because they're quick and easy. You bung them in and they're vegan, so you bung them in the air fryer. They're 1 sin for the beetroot and 2 sins for the Moroccan burgers, and they're really quick, really quick. So yeah, good evening, Linda. I hope you're well, my darling. Sometimes they're not encouraging. Sometimes the doctors aren't encouraging. No. It's like I used to have a diabetic doctor. Diabetic nurse, and me and Rufus put together, and she was probably about Melinda's height, actually, like under 5 foot, and she looked like a weeble. Weebles wobble but they won't fall down. Do you remember the toy? They were like, she looks like an egg, basically. She was just like an egg, and she would always go check your weight, Lisa.
But I said you can picture it now, though,
Yeah,
can't you?
so
She
an
looked
egg.
like an egg.
An
yeah.
egg. Lisa, I'm just eating some more cake. Lisa, I think you need to lose some weight. Lisa, you need to lose some. Your BMI is a bit high, Lisa. You need to lose some weight. You do need to lose some weight. You know you need to lose some weight.
Where's
you
your,
can do it.
Where's your neck gone, dear?
I haven't got a neck because I'm the diabetic nurse. She was literally.
You see what we don't
That's
like
what it was.
We don't like going to the doctors. Then.
No, but that's what it was. I haven't. To be fair, I haven't seen her in probably before this doctor. So it was back in the other
Maybe
city
it's
we used to live in.
She ate a lot. She couldn't get to work then.
Maybe, yeah, maybe, or maybe she went on.
Weight Watchers.
Yeah, maybe she went on Weight Watchers and lost 15 stone, and then gained it all back and then lost it. And
Who
gained it.
knows?
But anyway, my darling, yes, your doctor referred you to a dietitian. Oh, but the appointment isn't for 3 more weeks. That's okay. That's okay. 3 weeks is good. Just kind of, you know, try and do maintenance-y thing. But yeah,
But even then, like I say, a lot of them they don't know a lot about stuff like that. A lot of them don't. They just these are the guidelines. This is what we read off a bit of paper for you, so that you know what's good for your health and what's not.
yeah.
And here's a leaflet to take home. Okay, off you go then. There you go.
But the specialists are good. It's sometimes GPs
Some are good and some not.
rubbish. But going back to our topic,
Yeah.
so the way Slimming World say is you go, right, Monday, so we weigh in on a Tuesday. So what our consultant says is that we should all go home on Tuesday evening feeling all full of life because we've like, look how much weight we've all lost. We're all so super skinny now. And then we go, oh, tomorrow morning for Wednesday, I think I will have breakfast and I shall have overnight oats with blueberries. And for lunch, I shall have a salmon fillet with a compote of something. And for tea, I shall have, and you plan it all out. And then Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, you go to the shops, don't you? And you go, right, then I'll have, this is what I need for Monday, this is what I need for Thursday, this is Friday, this is Tuesday. You go and pick it all out, and that's all you put in your basket. But we don't do that, do we?
We've
tried to.
We used to do that, but as long as we know what we're having for the next 2 days, or have an idea, and there's at least, like I say, either fish or some sort of meat in the fridge, then we'll just kind of see what we'll do with that.
Yeah.
Like I say, because sometimes you'll get to the next day or so and go, well, that's what we plan to have, but actually we don't really want to eat that today because either it's really warm and it's a hot meal or whatever, or just sometimes just a bit like saying, it's lovely weather, we'll eat a salad, and sometimes you don't mind doing that, and other times we've had everything else except salad.
Yeah.
All
That's
week,
very
even though it's really nice out. So
yeah, which was this week, wasn't it? We were like, oh, we'll have salad this week.
So
and it was like,
it's a bit like we're a lot more flexible with what we decide to have.
Yeah,
now.
but we do shop to plan.
Yeah.
Everything we buy is completely on plan because we believe very firmly, and this came from our previous consultant, Brenda, whose name is actually Brenda. It's not a random one because I always used Brenda, didn't I, for years before we actually met Brenda.
We don't know Bob, but Brenda.
But we do know a Brenda, but it's not the example Brenda.
No.
So she always used to say, if you don't have a dog, you don't go down the pet food aisle. And we said at a group stadium, I said, look, we haven't got kids, so I'm not going to go down the aisle with the nappies and the rusks and the baby food. Just don't go down that aisle. So there's whole sections of the supermarket I don't even go down. Don't even look at. They don't even exist in my mind anymore. The frozen chocolate cake section, the sweets, the chocolate section, the cereal section. Like I just don't. We don't go down there.
Even now, like I say, third time or so round on Slimming World, I think now, before we would like make allowances because it's like, well, I've got 15 sins. We'll buy these crisps and we'll buy this and add this to our shopping. And now it's like, what's the point of buying it and bringing it home? You're paying for a service to help you lose weight. What are you doing? What's the point of buying all those things? You can add little bits to your diet here and there and keep a little treat in or something for that week that you know is a safe food that you can have, and you're not going to overeat it and just it'll all be gone in a day. So like we have things that we might go, actually we really like those, so, or whatever it be, a type of cereal, you might go, well, I like that cereal, but that cereal, oh, I could just eat the whole box. Well, don't buy that one.
Yeah.
Buy the one that is not your favourite, but one you'd be quite happy to eat and portion out and all of that. But now like I say, we've got foods that we can't have in at home, even if they would be a treat, because we could overeat those certain foods. So we just avoid those ones now. We don't bring them home. Don't buy it. Don't bring it home. And if for any reason, like I say, I've got donated or somebody gave me something that I can't eat, I would literally just give it to somebody else. Like I say, but yeah, we like I say, we'll only literally keep in what we're going to eat for our food, and I don't think there's literally anything that we really keep in now. Like I say, we buy the odd packets of crisps, but there's super low sin crisps.
We know what the sin value is. We know. I like the Space Raiders. They're 2.5 sins a packet.
We just keep it really simple.
I like Lidl's lentil crisps, the barbecue ones, because again, it gives me that sodium hit. It gives me that flavour profile. That savoury flavour profile. And again, they're 3 sins a bag, or well, yeah, they are 3.5 sins a bag. Sorry, Space Raiders are 3 sins, not 2.5.
Even Lidl skips, and I have those. I said they're 68
calories, 3.5 sins.
So
and so we stick to that, and it's just become something now where, because you've seen our hauls, you know that we love a bargain. You know that we are yellow sticker hunters, aren't we? We are like back in the olden days when we were all in caves, we would have been looking for the reduced buffalo and the the near date saber-toothed tiger to go after. Do you know what I mean? We are just bargain hunters when it comes to that.
We've got like things like seafood sticks in the fridge, and before I would have picked a whole packet of 16 up and gone, well, that's what I'm having as a snack today, so that's just a free food. But now I don't do that anymore. Now I will leave it, sort of like have all of my cereals and other things in the later part of my day, and then if I really want it, I can go back and maybe have half the packet, and then just have 8 seafood sticks out of the packet, and then leave half for another day. But before I would have just picked a packet and gone, well, it's free foods, and just sit and eat all of them. But even times I've gone, picked up, like I say, sorted out what I'm having for my fruit and other stuff in late evening, eaten those, and then if I literally had a thought about it at the time and took the seafood sticks with me, I just would have ate them for the sake of it. And often I don't go back and get them, and maybe a couple of days a week or so I will go and pick some out the fridge. But other than that, I try and just stop my old bad habits of just having it all in front of me and wanting to eat it all for the sake of it.
It's a really good way, though, again, of, because you said as well, you because the way that we work, when we've had our dinner, which we eat quite late, then we normally sit and watch something, don't we? And then we put the dogs to bed, and then you'll go into the bedroom and take your snack, your cereal, your fruit, your yogurt. So you go to bed with that, and you play on Minecraft or Sims or some other PS5 game. He'll happily go and game for an hour or two, and during that hour or two I'll be in the lounge. I might do some editing, I might watch a random YouTube video. I like doing the deep dives into, like, we watch Doctor Who, don't we? And then I've got to watch the spoiler videos and all the things you missed, and all of the I've got to watch all of those.
We'll watch it all again, because we'll be watching it on the cinema anyway.
And like, or I'll sit there and I'll be, if I'm making some earrings, then I'll stick Agatha All Along on, or I'll stick something on in the background that I've watched several times. This is the ADHD in me. So I'll stick that on, and then I'm just like, okay, I don't need to pay attention to that. So I can just leave that on in the background whilst I'm, beading or whatever I'm doing. And then I go to bed, and then I'll have my bag of crisps or whatever I have if I want them at night. But we've now got this really good habit, which is we don't take any extra snacks. No. So I used to take, we had little special trays, didn't we, when we first did it?
We used to put
little
15
snack trays.
sin bags or whatever. So if our meals were sin free, then we would literally make little goodie bags up or
Yep.
whatever they used to
And
be,
would
did they?
would take them in, or I would sometimes I worked out what trigger days my trigger day were, and it was normally a Friday, wasn't it? Because we used to get weighed on a Monday.
Yeah.
So Fridays, I'd been on plan all for those 5 days. I'd get to Friday night, and I'd go, oh, I want something, and so then I would eat, that's when my trigger would happen. So I would eat whatever. Whereas I learnt to take a little tray with pickles and nibbles.
That's it, yeah.
But now I don't even do that, because if I was to take that in the bedroom with me, I would eat it.
You eat all of it, yeah.
Because it's there. So now,
It's
and
just a
you said the other
habit,
day, your seafood sticks, if you take
Yeah.
the bag into the bedroom, you're
Yeah,
going
I
to
will
eat
eat
all
them all.
16. If you leave them in the fridge and go and get 8 of them and then come back.
If I want 8, I can, later on, if I really feel want to pick at something,
Yeah.
I can go and get 8 out of fridge.
But
or
it means you've
whatever,
got to physically get
and
up,
go get them.
walk around the bed, go into the other room, go
And
into the
often-
kitchen, go
but-
into the fridge,
but-
open them up.
But still, often by the time I've got to late in the night, I don't. Often
You don't want them anyway. No.
So it's just a
So-
habit.
I do agree that the best thing in the world is to plan your meals. Hi, Angie.
Yeah.
I hope you're well, Angela. I do agree that the best thing in the world is to plan your meals and take a shopping list when you're starting off.
Yeah.
When you've been on plan and you understand the food optimizing plan a little bit better, that's when you can plan to shop.
Yeah.
Shop to plan. Because at that point, we are so used to now, it's not on
just
plan,
life
it's not
now,
for us.
So yeah, it's just life. So
Yeah,
we just,
and it's like there will be foods that everybody hates. Those, what is it? Those pickled herring things that they have
you can
in
have pickled
Sweden.
fish, yeah,
No, but you know the ones that are really
Yeah.
stinky. That in Sweden and Finland and places, it's like in Switzerland, it's a delicacy,
Yeah.
and it's like fermented rotten fish or whatever it is. I would never, in a month of Sundays, you could not pay me enough money to eat that. You probably could pay me enough money to eat that, actually, but you know what I mean? It's not something I would ever normally pick up. Therefore, it's not for me. And that's how now I am with chocolate or whatever else it is. Like, we know, in Lidl, they have a small tub of ice cream that is relatively low in sins, isn't it? It's something like 30, no, is it 18 sins for the whole tub or something? I can't remember what it was now. And then we worked it out. It's something like, it might be like, I tell you what, as an example, it's 22 cents for the entire one. If we split it, it's 11 each. It's something like that. So we now know if, when we're pushing the shopping around, if we go, oh, you had a really good week on plan, I've had a really good one. Oh, shall we? Do you fancy having? Shall we get some ice cream and put in the freezer? Shall we, just for a treat?
7.5 sins
Oh,
for half the pot.
Yeah, so it's 15 or 16.
It was like 290 something calories for the whole pot.
There you go. I knew it was something like that.
But yeah, we really like that. Don't
we don't get it all the time now.
And that we would have just like literally. Before I would have gone out, put it in the microwave and kind of bling it so it defrosts a tiny little bit so I can cut it. But now, when we've ever had those, I just literally get me bread knife out and just saw straight through all of it.
Yeah.
And just cut it straight down the middle. You know exactly how much you've got. Put it in the bowl, and then put sliced bananas and stuff on it. And that, like I say, we'd have half a banana on it each. Yeah. I don't like I say since. I think if people had watched back in some of our lives, I haven't had bananas for quite a few weeks now. I've just not been eating bananas anymore. But I think what's that?
My watch says I'm not sure how to answer that.
Oh. But yeah, I'd like to say I just it's like, I think a lot of it though is just learning like what your trigger
new
food,
habits
what
and
your
new behaviours. Yeah.
trigger what your trigger food is, what stuff would, send you over the edge of messing up your diet for the week, staying away from certain things. So I think it's all right sticking to plan and having your menu and your food things for the week and your shopping for the week, but it's also just learning a new way of eating and just thinking about food and how much you eat. I think there's a lot of it.
And just sort of lastly on this, it's a bit like an analogy. For those of us that are fully grown ass adults, right?
Retrain yourself, isn't it?
Yeah, we can. When you're a fully grown adult, right, and you earn your money and you pay your bills and you've got the options to go and buy whatever the hell you want. You've got the option as a fully grown adult to go, oh look, there is a brand new She-Ra film, right? Brand new She-Ra film. All the kids are loving it. I'm thinking Wicked actually, but do you know what? All the kids are loving the new She-Ra film. It's amazing. So we'll go and see it. So you, as an adult, you get to choose to go and see it. And you might say to yourself, oh, they've got some really cool figures. And as an adult, I will treat myself to a really cool figure. I'm not mentioning this because I've got Agatha all along figure just behind my head there, look. There, sat there. I'm not mentioning it because of that. But let's use that as an example then, right?
Say Minecraft movie.
Yeah, but no, we'll say Agatha because I just happen to have a little Agatha here, right? So as a fully grown ass adult, I can go, I'll go and buy this, right?
Yeah, she did.
And I really enjoy owning this thing. But I'm not about to go and buy every, in this case Lego, every Agatha set out there, every toy. I'm not about to, you know, go and do 100 things.
Unless it was a WWE wrestling figure, then yes, you probably would do, yeah.
Only if it's The Undertaker. And I'm getting rid of those. But as an adult, we can choose to do that, right? We can choose to buy something that isn't for us. And we can enjoy that as a one-off.
Yeah.
If, as an adult, talking about the WWE figures, if as an adult you start giving into that temptation that I did, and going and buying every variation of a WWE wrestling figure called that happened to be The Undertaker, going and buying every single one that I could, you end up going down a rabbit hole and you end up spending all of your money, all of your sins, because it's going to come back to food in a second. You use everything up and you end up with a whole collection of stuff that just sits there. When we look at food,
that's what happens when you're on plan. You find that all the stuff in your cupboards and that you've got to go through all your cupboards and everything.
But it's when we look at food, right? When they bring out a brand new chocolate bar, a brand new flavour of something, a brand new cake, a brand new whatever, when there's a new takeaway opens, when there's a brand new, when Five Guys comes to the UK, when whatever it is, right? Taco Bell, whatever it is, something new happens and it's in the world of food. As a grown-ass adult, we can choose to go, I would like to try that. I have heard of Chick-fil-A, Chipotle, we'll say Taco Bell, because, right? So I've heard of Taco Bell, never tried it. Oh, we'll try a quesadilla. And we have done, haven't we? We ordered one before. As an adult,
wasn't
making that, no, but as an adult, making that choice to try that new thing is good. If you are putting it in that category of it's not for me, I will just try that one new thing. If you don't, and if you go down that rabbit hole, instead of collecting a load of crappy old bits of plastic that are shaped like a wrestling figure, you end up collecting crappy old bits of fat that are shaped like your body parts that you don't want. And as adults, we get to make that choice. And in the same way, if something isn't designed for you, it's fine to still enjoy it. It's fine to go and buy a collector's edition Barbie doll because it's something that's really fun. It's fine to do that. But do you have to go and buy every single variant of a Barbie doll that comes out? Do you have to go and... Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's the sort of thing you do, yeah.
No, the thing is, I'm trying not to anymore. But do you know what I mean? I think I've laboured that point too much. But anyway, I hope it makes sense. Right, let's quickly go back to the comments. We've had loads. Melinda declined the medication. She's going to try to lower your cholesterol just by changing your diet. It's done amazing things to me with my diabetes. It really has. The diet was the first thing that changed. After that, my medication change is working wonders as well. You tried cholesterol medication. You felt awful and quit. You've changed it with diet, yeah?
Well, I said if you see, you know, the nurse at your doctor's surgery, often they don't know everything. So often that you have to ask to be referred to, is it a diabetic specialist, and they'll refer you to someone that knows what they're doing, because like I say, our nurses, you know, they might have good training, but they
They
didn't
weren't
know
great, were
enough about diabetes, did they? They didn't know enough about it.
Yeah. This is what we do as well. Sorry, Dormouse is saying that you've got a flexible menu idea, but like today, if you don't fancy anything on the list, you pick something else. That's what we do now. Yep, that is absolutely what we do. Angela Brown was joining us a bit late. Grumpy has to go down every aisle in case he misses something. Oh no! Oh God, that would drive me bonkers as well.
Yeah.
That would drive me absolutely up the wall.
I'm kind of like, go there, just get the few things on the list, and go home.
Yeah. Whereas I tend to go, oh, I'm in the makeup aisle. I'll have a little look. I'll have a little look at that. Do I want any of that? No, not really.
Yeah,
I do.
Leave it to it.
I kind of. There's certain aisles that I will go and just have a quick look at. Yeah. Even though I've got no intention of getting anything, because sometimes I think, like the clothing aisle, when we go to Asda, I'll have a look and see if there's anything, but normally it's not in my style, not in my colours, not in my taste, whatever. Melinda's got a very good rule not to go to the grocery store if you're hungry. That's another top piece of advice.
That is always a good thing.
There's nothing worse, is there? You're going, oh, your tummy's going grumble, grumble, grumble.
Yeah.
And you go, oh, well, if I'll just get 6 donuts and some hot dogs.
But also the aisles that you go down where they've got healthy,
as well.
But I'm saying the aisle you go down that's got healthier choices, they'll put on the end of the aisle, they'll put a load of cakes or something in front of you, or a load of sweets or something else.
Yeah.
And they do that just to try and get you to buy it.
That's another really good idea. Look, Kimberly just orders groceries so you're not tempted with anything. That's a really good idea. Yeah. Melinda, you order online and then pick up, so you picked up and pick up when I couldn't walk to save money. That's a good idea, but you could do click and collect. Can you do click and collect without a car? Because that would work, wouldn't it? You order it online, then you have to walk to the supermarket to pick up.
Some of the stores, they've got like a collection point outside, haven't they?
Yeah.
Outside at the supermarkets.
That would be cool, wouldn't it? You get to walk, order it online and walk.
Apart from if you get any substitutes, that's probably annoying. But...
Yeah. Dried bananas, Ed, are very high in sugar, very extremely high in sugar. Be careful with them.
And some of them, are they fried? There'll be some of them fried bananas as well, so they're not great. Yeah,
there's all sorts of food ingredients from the States, unfortunately. The UK is getting worse with that. We haven't revealed our results yet, Neil. They're coming very soon. Neil's here.
Yeah, if you get fruit though and it's freeze dried, then that's even better for things like bananas and stuff.
Yeah, it's good.
Freeze dried, and that's really good.
Yeah, freeze dried is good. You've gone to bed in a huff this afternoon with a jar of Nutella and a spoon. You don't normally buy it, and the rest is going in the bin. Do you know what? I have in the past, Skinny Food Company, the one that make all the syrups and things. They do like a Nutella thing, isn't it?
They do, yeah.
They do like a chocolate sauce. But you put on bread and things, toast. Yeah. They do a pink one. I have been known to buy them, secretly hide them, and then scoff them.
But you know what they're made of? Unicorns.
Sugar. Yeah, they are made of unicorns.
Yes.
It's why you don't see unicorns very often.
Yeah.
You can't have cheese and chive Pringles in the house. Grumpy can buy any other flavour he wants, but cheese and chive, wow, this Dormouse eats. That's interesting.
I think though it is easier when you've got 2 people in a house and nice, you're both on plan and all doing, but it's probably, I'd say, a bit more complicated if you've got like children and other things and other people in the house that are eating different diets. Then it could be a little bit more, but like I say, it's easier when you've got 2 doing the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. The Nutella wouldn't be a trigger for me, but the Biscoff spread, that's something that's only recently come over to the UK. That was something that was a very yummy thing. We did try that before we went on plan. We have tried it. Yeah, we have tried it. Melinda can't.
No more.
No, it doesn't exist anymore. Literally, it's not for us. Melinda can't walk very far because there's got no range of motion in her ankle. She had a poorly accident and she's quite poorly now. You've got to check if it's non-GMO. You get the freeze-dried ones.
Yeah.
You do have to search for them. Again, on that one, unfortunately, Amazon is your best friend, unfortunately, when it comes to things like that. Right then, So I do believe let's just have a quick check in on the Choosy results. 52%. Oh my gosh! I tell you what, you've got a few more minutes if you want to choose my buffalo chicken thighs over Rufus's beef booner on the page. Let me just refresh that page. When we hit the Choosy thing, when we hit the Choosy section here, which will be the next bit we talk about after our weigh-in results, then we'll call it quits because it's right split at the moment by one vote. So I've done the wrong thing again. There we go. Weigh in. So then, Rufus.
Yeah.
We weighed in this week.
We did.
Before we weighed in, let me just take that one off the screen.
What did I think?
Hang on 1 second, because it is time for
Weigh-in results.
this. Not that. This. There we go. So yes, indeed, it is a weigh-in Wednesday. So our weigh-in results, we weighed in yesterday, didn't we?
We did.
And so when we were in the car, Rufus, what did you think? Because we normally, as we sit in the car, we go, this is what we think we've done this week. So what did you think you'd done?
I didn't feel any. I said that I didn't feel any different this week.
No.
Really. I felt the same as I did last week, and like I said, what did I say? I said that if I lost about a pound and a half, I said I'd be really happy.
What were you last? You were 5'10" and a half,
I
weren't
had
you?
a pound and a half to get my next award. That's
5'12" and a half. Sorry, yeah.
the reason why I said a pound and a half, and I would be really happy if I got that.
You were, yes. And so, what happened when you weighed in then? Do you want to share that with everybody?
I did weigh in, and I lost 2.5 pounds this week.
2.5 pounds this week, everybody. Let us know how you've gone this week. Share your results in that there live, in the live chat with us. I've lost the clap. There we go, which means Rufus, you do get the clap. Here we go. Rufus gets the clap. Yay, well done to Rufus. So you lost, what did you lose?
2.5 pounds this week.
2.5 pounds this week, which means, did you get an award?
I did.
Where's your award? So Rufus got his 6 stone award. That is absolutely awesome. Well done to you for that.
34 weeks.
In 34 weeks. That is phenomenal. I am so proud of you. That is absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Well done to you.
Getting there slowly.
You are getting there.
Getting
You're not getting there slowly, my love. You're getting there really quickly. You are going up that motorway. So well done to you. That is awesome. Let's have a look again in that there in the chat. So Julie says, well done, Rufus. A maintain for Karen. Well done for Karen. You also do get the clap because a maintain, it's not a game. Yep. So well done for that. Melinda Brown's just started. Well done to you. You also get the clap, Melinda, because that is awesome. Making that start is phenomenal. Well done. Well done. Well done. Well done. Kimberly says, well done to Rufus. Ed says, that's epic. Kimberly down south is giving you a wave. Byron the vegan loser, well done, Rufus. I also lost 2.5 pounds this week, which really puts you on £9 for your first 2 weeks. Nice shiny sticker on your book. Give Byron the clap and the big clap for an award.
Stickers on our books.
We do like stickers on our books.
Stickers all over my book.
Absolutely.
Lots of stickers all over my book.
Absolutely. That is awesome.
We like stickers.
We do. And also, though, where's my awards? Oh, there they are. There they are. I found them. Good Lord. Good Lord. So, Byron, you get from us, you get this. Hang on a second. Where is it? Right. Let me find it on the doodah. Let me find it on the doodah. It will be JPEG. That one. There you go, Byron. Byron gets your Half Stone Award from us. Yay! Well done, Byron. Half a Stone Award. Yeah. Well done to you. That is awesome, awesome, awesome. Dormouse. Yay, Dormouse. You got a really cool thing as well. Dormouse lost 1.5 pounds.
Wow, that's
and dropped into a new stone bracket. You get the clap. Yay, we give you the clap. Well done. Kimberly down south, you lost 1.5 this week. Yay! So you get the clap as well. Oh, that's awesome. Well done. It's been quite a week with high school graduations and graduation parties. You're an introvert and it's been too peoply, but you managed to lose another 1.5 pounds, which I think you had a wibble last week with that. So you're completely back on plan. That is awesome. And you got 11.5 pounds in total. Wow. Well done to you. Really you're not seeing Byron's oh, I don't know, Kimberly. Check you're on the chat. Make sure your comment says live chat, not top chat. It could be that. But yay, congratulations to Byron. Byron says not at your level of stickers yet. But yay. But no, you don't have to be. It's not a race. The only person you're racing is yourself. Everybody's saying well done. We are all doing well. We're all doing really well, as old Mr. Grace would say. Well then, sorry everybody to put a big damper on things. I also weighed in this week. And I did say last week that I was, what was it? I was 3 stone 9 down.
It was.
And so I was at the point of, in fact, I will grab my phone because I do want to share something that I would never normally share, but I'm going to be brave. So I weighed in and I needed £5, wasn't it, for my 4 stone award.
Yeah.
I did set my goal at 2.5. No, I set my goal at 3. And I said if I come in just under that, I will also be very, very happy. Now, I did weigh in. I didn't get £3. I didn't get anywhere near. I did come in with a loss, but it was a loss of £1. Now, I am, yeah, you go on, you can press that. I am happy for that, and I will accept that I did get a little bit of clap this week. I got a little bit of the clap. I didn't get a major amount of the clap, but I can accept a little bit of clap.
But you have got an appointment sorted soon to see.
That's exactly what I was about to say, because the one thing that my goal last week, the one thing that was on my goal list was to get an appointment to get my stomach sorted. Yeah. And without going into it too much, I have been put on Senna tablets and lactulose on my repeat prescriptions, and Dolcicet, which I take as well, to try and move my system. I know people that know me have said, Lisa, you're full of shit. They've said that for years, haven't they? Turns out to actually be true. So I have really struggled this past week with things moving, but we saw the doctor. I had some basic tests done, and I have an appointment for gastroenterology. So I've always said my goal each week is £1.5 pounds. So I've come in with a loss on a week that I didn't think I would, because I have been feeling really heavy, really bloated, really bunged, and to come in with a loss of £1. Do you know what?
We've been eating the same food anyway all week.
In all honesty, if it had been a maintain, I would have still been happy, because when we were in the car, I'm very bloaty and very backed up. So the fact that there was a loss, I am very, very, very happy with that. Every bit of food that we've eaten has been super on plan, hasn't it?
Well, so it also may, whatever else that you would have lost, maybe it will show up next week.
It might do, or it might just be.
But it's done it before, so
or it might just be slow. But the thing that I am really pleased with is that it didn't affect me at group, did it? It
I
hasn't
said that-
affected me. I'm just moving forward.
But I said I think that's one thing a lot of people do, because you get people that do go to the groups. A lot of people spend their time comparing what everyone else is losing and think that they're not doing good enough.
Well, I'm going to share something now. In fact, that's actually slightly wrong. Hang on a second. Hang on. No, that is right.
What's that?
Yeah. So, am I really going to share this? I'm going to. Do you know what? I'm feeling brave, right?
Yeah.
So, I have lost £3.10 in total in that same 30 odd weeks, which I am more than happy with. I am absolutely fine with. My blood sugar levels are doing great guns. Everything is ticking over. It's all going in the right direction. I bought some new clothes for summer overnight, some vest tops and things that are a little bit smaller. Everything is going well. But my total weight loss, I'm looking at my app, is 3 stone 10 pounds. I am 4 stone.
Yes, if you get £4 this week coming, then you
4 stone 8.5 away from target.
Yeah.
And I currently weigh 20 stone 1.5 pounds. When I started back this time round, I was 23 stone 11.5. Now, obviously, I am 6'2". I'm a giantess. You can see how broad I am as we sit here, and I have never felt comfortable discussing my weight. But that is the size I am. That is the weight I've lost. I've done my club 10. I've well exceeded that, and I'm just plodding along. I've got, as I say, I'm nearly. I'm not quite half. I think I'm 2/5 of the way to target, which means if I carry on by the end of this year, I should be about at target, which is bonkers. The idea of losing 4 stone 8.5 pounds, to me now, that's doable. That is absolutely doable. That is something I can achieve. That I can do that before Christmas. Hopefully, that's a target I can set. That is amazing to be at, and that would put my BMI into the not obese, into the like overweight, healthy range. That is absolutely. When I set my target at 15.5 stone, because that was where my BMI needs to be to go forward with my surgeries and everything else, I, in all honesty, did not think that was something I would achieve. It felt like a pipe dream. To be at the point now, that's doable. That's possible.
But I said, when you start your journey, though, you don't get the kind of tunnel vision. You can't see, until you're a bit further in the journey, so many weeks down, being on plan, you can't envision where you're going to be within, a few months down the line. You can't see that at all when you first start.
But when you start, like if you'd said to me, well, Lisa, we're going to set your target at nearly 10 stone down, that number is so big, I would have gone, there's no way I can do that. No way I can do that.
I said lots of people set, lose a couple of stone or so.
Interim targets.
If there's a lot of weight to lose, like I say, lots of people just change the mile, the goalpost when as you need to until you're comfortable enough.
Whereas I didn't want to do that. Another bloody scam one. I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to get to the point where it was. If you say to me now, Lisa, you're only half stone away from target, I will take my eye off the ball. I'll take my foot off that accelerator, and I'll be going.
We'll go out for a meal, and we'll go and we'll have a pudding, and we'll have a.
And I'd start thinking, I've got ages yet, and all those aisles that I don't go down, I'd be tempted. But because, like 9.5 stone or something, I had when I first came on to get to that target, that felt impossible.
Oh yeah.
And so chipping away at it week by week, that was like, okay, well, I'll just keep going. It will take a long time. I could get there in 2025. realistically.
I said even like, I don't, I'm 18
Or
stone.
early
18
2026.
stone, 10.5 pound now. And I don't remember quite how big I was at 29.5 stone.
Well, this is it. You were.
I have got a couple of photos. Like I say, at some point I'd be able to like put them on the computer or whatever and show people. But yeah, I don't remember quite how big I was. But yeah.
So
I think I've still got like, is it 5.5? About 5.5 stone, I think now.
you're
still
more
to
than
go.
halfway to your
Yeah,
target.
5.5 stone to get to my goal.
And again, our targets are set by BMI. So it's not even that we can go, okay, this is our targets are. That's why they're so big. But
for a lot of people, like I say, if you have got surgeries, a lot of, no matter what type of surgery you have, there's always BMI limits for, like, just depending on what surgery it is and how long that sort of surgery would take. So yeah.
it's it. You can't compare yourself to others. No. Exactly. And I agree with this as well.
People do all the time, don't they? Especially at group. They're like, oh, well, I didn't do that well. They lost this much. Oh, I'm going to aim for that next week. And that. But then, like I say, some people at our group last week, so not yesterday, the week before, turned around and said, oh, do you know what? I didn't do that well this week. I'm going to lose £4 for next week. I'm aiming for £4. And then I think another like 2 or 3 people that were all together.
They all did the £4.
Said, we're all, see who gets £4 next week then and loses £4. And you know what? None of them did. I think one got near, but the others didn't do well. And I think sometimes, I say, doing things like that, you ask me, would I do something like that? And I'm like, I think I would put too much pressure on myself to go, right, well, I won't have my crisps tonight then. So if I want 2 packs of crisps, I won't have those. And I just won't have those. And I'll cut a few of my other free food items out just to try and do anything possible to get near £4 in a week. And I think that's just a lot.
Yeah,
even losing £1 a week is great,
Oh, it is, yeah, absolutely. And don't get me wrong, I am very happy to be £1 down this week. Yeah. With everything that's going on, I've ate completely on plan, as I always do. £1 down, I am very, very happy with that.
Do you remember though, I said that I think the first group, which wasn't that far from me, at Brenda's, we went, and one day she had a load of packs of butter or something on the table and a bag or like a backpack or something, and they were like, okay, you've lost this much this week, okay, we'll put how many blocks it is in the backpack, okay, now put that on your back and see what that feels like. And even down to like things that have been like a few stone weighed out.
It's a lot.
To see if, the amount people have lost, would you be able to carry that around on you every day? And like I say, you don't really, like, even when we'd seen how much weight £1 is, it's a lot of weight.
So that was our weigh-in results, which means it is time.
We're getting curry.
It's time. Don't preempt it, love. It is time for
a curry. A curry.
Choosy.
Yeah.
It is time for Choosy. Yes, indeed. Like,
so I'm much slimmer now. I disappeared.
I keep pressing the wrong flaming button. Right. Where is it? Capture level there. Put this one on screen. No, that button. There we go. So Rufus, here we go. Look, if I make it bigger, you can see now we have carried it all the way through to today's episode.
And we've got a lot of curry lovers.
We have a lot of curry lovers.
Hurrah!
By the closest result, we've had 29 votes, which means 15 of them
want their curry,
want the Boona, and 14 of them want the buffalo wings. So by popular vote,
curry.
It's not quite a landslide, but you've won Choosy yet again.
I know, right?
So well done to you. It means
I'm
tomorrow
just glad
night.
It's not lamb.
I know, tomorrow night means I get to sit and eat a lovely curry. You've got to cook.
I don't mind.
It'll be lovely. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So if you're new to the channel, Choosy is where we play Choosy. Choosy is a game that the what did we work it out to be? 40 Stone YouTuber Amberlyn Reed, who basically had for a little. Shall we do a little weekly ALR update? We'll do a little weekly Amber Reed update.
Wow.
So this past week, Amber Reed had some heart pain. Chest pains on the left-hand side. She went to hospital. Everything turns out to be fine, except there was a little raised result in one of her blood tests. So she went back to hospital the next day, crying, heart like bereft at the idea that she'll be poorly. Turns out, she thought she had a blood clot. Turns out she doesn't. And despite being 40 stone, 560 odd pounds, she got left the hospital and went straight to Denny's, which is a fast food restaurant, and ate with her mum.
Yep. Yeah.
So, yes.
But she can't go out for like even 2 hours or so
without
eating and go into a place to eat.
She is the prime example of what not to do, unfortunately. We are literally watching somebody eat themselves to an early grave. It is so sad. But she invented this game called Choosy, where you get 2 different things or multiple things.
It could be like books, stickers,
Rufus.
earrings.
Rufus.
Which one do I choose?
Which of these 2 candles is your favourite?
The red one.
Which of these 2 candles is your favourite?
The red one.
Which of these 2 candles is your favourite?
The red one.
Which of these 2 candles is your favourite?
That's the same candles.
Which of these 2 candles is your favourite?
The red one. It's the same one.
But you would go through piles of stuff. So, because we have piles of Slimming World books, we play Choosy with our Slimming World books. And what we do with that is very simple. We choose a book. We eventually go through. Do you want to stick with that one or swap it? Stick or swap?
We
stick
don't
or swap?
look in the books at all. We just look at the front. So you see what's on the outside.
So much so that I've lost the one that I was going to do in mine. So Rufus, then, because I've lost mine. Oh God, where is it? What have you chosen for today's Choosy?
I have chosen. It's the Air Fryer and Friends book. So that's the one I choose.
Oh, we don't use that very often, do we?
No, and it's. I think I don't think we've had this very long. This one. So, and bizarrely, you would think it's an air fryer recipe. So, air fryer
and friends
recipe. But the recipe that I have chosen,
Choosied,
is sweet corn and chickpea dal. So, curry.
Oh, okay.
But when you look at the recipe, it says you can cook it a little bit quicker if you want, but in the slow cooker.
Cook on low for 8 hours.
But it says, but the recipe actually says you cook it in the slow cooker, but it's air fryer.
Because it's air fryer and friends. So the air fryer's best friend is the slow cooker.
Yes.
Wow, that's really interesting.
So that's a bit bizarre, is it?
So you've chosen a curry.
Yeah. I know, right? But
when you just won with a curry.
Looks really nice.
Are you trying to curry favour?
We like chickpeas.
I know, we like curries as well, which is why I went for the Fast Feasts book. I don't know how old this is. I feel like we've had this for a long time, but I don't think we've ever really used it. Oh no, 2023. Do you know what? Yeah, 30 minutes or less. So there are 60 recipes. Each of them are 30 minutes or less. But I also chose a curry.
Ow!
I know.
Curry Wars.
I know, it's going to be Curry Wars this week. I chose the chicken and mango korma. So my option says, take the most mild-mannered of all the curries and add fresh, fruity mango. It's a match made in Fakeaway heaven. It tells me it's probably in their Fakeaway book as well. Mine, though, is 1.5 sins per portion. What? What?
Oh, I thought we had something else in there.
No, it's got
Yogurt.
onions, ginger,
Onion.
garlic cloves, korma curry powder, cooking spray,
And lime wedges.
some chicken stock, fresh mango chunks, fat-free natural yogurt. That'll have to be the fake one. Coriander, chili powder, and lime. So then, that's what we've got today. You are going for...
I am going for sweet corn and chickpea dal.
That sounds delicious. And I am going for the chicken and mango korma. So these will be up as soon as I take the photos and put them up live. I did do that last Wednesday evening, but unfortunately it doesn't seem to have gone up on YouTube. I am experiencing some issues with my YouTube on the health account, on this account, that I commented on Byron's video last week and the comment disappeared. I liked, I can't remember whose video it was. I liked someone's video and the like didn't appear. It just on this channel. The other channel is absolutely fine, but this one, it's been a bit weird. And I posted the poll last Wednesday night and then I didn't realise. I went to check it on, I think it was Sunday. Like, oh, let's just see where we are because we've got to buy it tomorrow, and it hadn't gone up. So yes, so those are your options then.
Are there any sins in yours? There's 2 sins per serving.
Mine's
on
1.5 sins per
dal.
Mine's 1.5 sins.
But mine is literally because there is reduced fat coconut milk in this.
Oh, I don't know where mine comes from then. It might be the natural yogurt if you're not having it as a... No, it shouldn't be. Oh, I don't know. I don't know where the sins are in mine.
Oh, maybe it's because it's got mango in it, and if you put it in...
Oh, because you've got to cook the mango. That's what it is. Well done.
So you're basically having the sin for the mango.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Melinda, you struggle to carry £10. It's a lot, isn't it? Dormouse aims for £0.5 a week. Yeah. Oh, goals. That's the last bit we got. As over 70 plus weeks, you realise you're a slow loser. So anything more than £0.5 is a bonus. Yeah. That's the thing, though. That's £26 a year. That's a couple of stone nearly a year. Do that over 5 years, and you'll fall down a grate sideways. Fall down a grate. Yeah. Yeah. That's the American, isn't it? What do we call it? A drain. A drain. Yeah. So then, Crystal Rose. Good evening, Crystal Rose. Yeah. Melinda, you carry nuts in your pockets to have a protein snack. That's a good idea. Kimberly loves her air fryer. Your son loves curry, but you can only eat it maybe once every 3 months. Why is that? Is that because of tummy issues like me? Because I do have to be a little bit careful with curries and with everything really.
So there are, like, if you like nuts, there are recipes you can do, like if you drain your chickpeas, people put some seasoning on the chickpeas and then just bake them in the oven to make like snacks, like free food.
Dormouse is a bit like you. You and Dormouse would be very good together.
I like curry.
So Dormouse says, I adore any curry and chili flakes go on everything. Yeah. Sprinkled on poached egg with toast. You aren't the chili flakes. You are the sweet chili sauce.
Sweet chili sauce.
Sweet chili sauce. It's, we need to buy some more actually. That reminds me. What is it? Skinny Food Company. Sweet chili sauce. Yeah. You'll see in our What We Eat videos. Rufus. He likes a bottle of sauce as dinner and then puts a bit of potato on the side of the bottle of sauce, basically, isn't it, love? Yeah. Ed says, these recipe books, do you get them from Slimming World or somewhere else? You buy them at the Slimming World groups. You can get them on...
Can you get them online?
eBay quite often, cheap. Charity books, charity shops quite often have them. So, yeah. Look. Well done, Dormouse.
You can, let's say, chickpeas and just, I don't know if you'd put like some garlic, fry light on them, and then, like say, a little bit of your favourite spices and that, and then just put them in the oven low.
Yeah, roasted
People
chickpeas,
have them, it's a bit like a tweak, really, but like I say, they're just a free food, so you just have to be careful quite how much of it you eat. But
I like making hummus. Snack. So I will make some hummus with, I'll get some of Rufus's dehydrated ground garlic powder, garlic salt, with a little bit of salt, a bit Cajun spice, in with the chickpeas, blitz them down with a hand blender, and then if we're feeling very luxurious, and we want a little bit of extra luxury, we put some olive oil spray, the 1 calorie olive oil flavour spray. Put that in.
Yeah.
It's nice. Yeah, very nice. So we go. It's very luxurious. Look how luxurious
I
it
say,
is.
as much as I say, you know, all these recipes are absolutely amazing, and we try all these different things, but sometimes I just think the easiest, you know, if something works for you and you like to do the plan really easy, keep it really simple. For some people, that's you know, all you want to do.
And I've got to say, this past week, because we've been so busy in the garden, haven't we?
Yeah.
Sorting out our sheds, sorting out the
all sorts of
plants,
things. We've
growing
just had a
this,
really
growing
easy
that.
week.
Our food this week was mainly beetroot burgers.
Yeah, it's been, like I say, just
Beetroot burgers or fish. That's mainly what we've
if
had,
it works,
isn't it?
like I say, I know some people. I think there's it, Beast on YouTube, lost tons and tons of weight, and he eats like the same things nearly every day. He's like frozen stir fry, pops it in a pan, pops some cooked, you know, frozen chicken and whatever in the pan, and he does a lot of the same things over and over again. But it works for him. If it works, then.
Melinda put some parchment paper or a little bit of oil with the chickpeas. That works. I wonder if you can dehydrate them in the air fryer. What, the chickpeas? That's possible.
Yeah, possibly. Just season them a little bit and pop them in the dehydrator. Yeah.
Would they be like? Because
A
thing
bit
I
like Nobby's nuts.
well,
nearly.
No, one thing I miss, and it's something that we saw recently. It was the wasabi. You know, the wasabi coated nuts or peas, whatever they were. Do you remember? Like they used to be. God,
Yeah,
just so
they've
like
got crispy coating on them
yeah.
as well.
Maybe we'll have to look to see if we can find a Slimming World version or make a Slimming World version
But it
of
is like a
something
bit
like
like a knobby nut type thing.
Nobby's
They've got
nuts,
a coating on them and just some spices on it. So.
Yeah. So then, our goals for this week. My weight loss goal, I did say at group, was £4, but I said I'd be happy with half that because it's inching towards my 4 stone award. So I am aiming for, I want to go for £4. So I'm going to eat as if I'm going for £4. In other words, super clean, super on plan, super everything. Again, 5 to 10 things, because that tends to be where I'm most comfortable these days. But with regular movements, I think that will really help me out.
And maybe I think I've got £6 to get to my next award. So for me, I think if it takes me 3 weeks, it takes me 3 weeks. Like I say, by some miracle, it could happen in 2, but I would think it'd be 3 weeks.
Yeah. Thank you, Ed. Ed says, have we all remembered to hit the thumbs up button? If you haven't done, could you do that? It's ridiculous. It helps out with YouTube something chronic. It really does.
Show people our video.
It does. It helps the algorithm send it out there. So then, Rufus, do you have a non-weight goal this week? Mine was last week was to start getting answers to my tummy issues, and we've achieved that this week. Do you have a non-Slimming World goal? Is there something? Your goal, I think, last week was to sort the shed, and we've done that. We've got shelves up. Everything that was in the shed is dumped at the tip.
We put it up, and then
it's been amazing.
Found that actually I should have moved the shed and brought it one way, because at some point soon we're getting someone in to do a new fence, a new back fence. So to do that, we still got to move the shed.
We've got to move it all again, yeah. But at least it'll be easy this time because it's organised.
But other than that, like I say, I think I was just really happy that we got all the sheds sorted out. And it's all been gutted and cleared out. And
so a non-weight based goal for you this week?
I think, like I say, just tidy in here a little bit. We've got to put some shelves up in here and do some bits and pieces. So a bit more DIY bits and pieces that we can get round to doing little bits, and try some new things cooking. So be some more curries.
There'll be at least one more curry. Yeah, I know, right?
If people like a bit of a curry.
Well, they've got a choice this week of my
curry
korma or your.
Curry.
What was your one again? What was your one again?
What mine? Mine was the chickpea.
Chickpea dal.
Sweet
A
corn and
korma
chickpea.
or a dal.
Yeah.
That's what you've got.
Yeah.
My non-weigh-in goal this week, I think, is to, I've got two. I've got a witchy goal, which is to sort out the blooming others, the little critter things that are around. Not rats or mice. We're talking like metaphysical things. But I think my goal this week. Do you know what? Actually, my goal this week is to go back to walking the doggos daily, because now our youngest is able to do that. Normally for the last little bit of time we've not been able to take, and unfortunately if you take one you've got to take all of them. That's just how it works. So we've not been able to do that, have we? So that will be my goal, is to get back doing that again, because we have been exhausting our boy with throwing the ball in the garden, all around the garden from morning to dusk. And he's been loving that, hasn't he? He's been absolutely loving that. But my goal this week is just to, even if I'm just going back round the block, is to do that. My health has been really up and down with fibro and everything else this past week.
It depends what my knee's like.
Yeah, and your knee's been bad. Yeah. You've got to go for a steroid injection and stuff. So, you know, it's one of those things. We are, in fact, thinking about doing a video on our non-slimming world health concerns and health issues, aren't we? Because there's a lot going on with us that we don't really talk about on here. So that we might do a video on that, as to some of the stuff that makes it harder for us to do the slimming world.
And as well, this week we've got to try and get those buttnuts in the big pots this week.
We do. There is a whole garden video coming your way as well, looking at what we're doing with that.
Put out, and got to put the netting over that big.
And you've got to get back to the person about the allotment.
Oh yeah.
I know.
Maybe.
That might be happening.
Maybe.
Who knows? Who knows?
We'll see.
Our Hectacana life. Anyway, that is going to be it from us. Well-trained mouse hits when I got the notifications. Yep. So Dormouse hits the thumbs up. Your goal will be a clearer wardrobe of clothes. I've got some tops to clear out because I bought some new ones.
Thing is, though, like I say, we all lose weight, and then you've got to buy smaller clothes.
Ah. Yeah, that is tough though, Melinda. Yeah. Melinda's got stuff. It's been 7 years since Melinda's mum passed away. He's still get emotional. I've still got some of Mum's bits put away, and it's
Your
difficult.
mum's still here.
She is, I know.
She's in the cupboard.
She's in the cupboard in the lounge. It'll be a good goal for you. It will do. Clean and organise your office and craft and your witchcraft room. That is one of the goals for in here as well, isn't it?
So you find like favourite things
you, Neil.
that you know you keep and sort of like sort through some bits, and then you'll have favourite items and stuff.
Even when you've got a pile of random old stuff on your desk, I've got Mum's little purple, because me and Mum both loved purple. A little purple butterfly. She had it as a trinket dish, and I have it as a little witchy dish. So it's normally got stuff in. But Neil says it will be interesting in how your disabilities make your weight loss harder. So Crystal's daughter's got fibro as well. Wow. We also now, it's looking more and more likely that you've got it too, haven't we?
But
as well, I know I can't have anything for myself.
I've had these issues, like I said, since I was 33. I'm 51 now.
Can't have anything for myself, can I? Can't have anything that's just mine.
Yeah, you can keep it. I don't want it.
I don't want it. You can. I tell you what. You have fibro for the next decade. That'll be fine.
For people that want to exercise and do all of that, you can do all of that, but it doesn't mean, unless you were doing that, you know, that sort of all day. So like going out walking and doing miles and miles of walking. Unless you were doing that all day and like for hours and hours, it's not gonna change your weight. So your weight is like 100% all about what you're eating. If you do exercise, you get, you know, obviously a good feeling from exercising, keeping healthy as much as you can. But it, like I say, literally, it'll help tone up and do, you know, if you exercise and stuff, so it'll help tone your body up a bit. But the rest of it, it won't help. Weight loss. Yeah, it probably won't speed your weight loss up as such. But yeah.
Kimberly's out the door to drive the school bus. Good luck to you, Kimberly, my darling. Have a lovely, lovely time. Yep. You're ready for the summer. Y'all have a great week. Same to you, my darling. Crystal Rose says plaster. Yeah, you got that. You got the details there. Yeah, it is difficult. Julie's got to get her late husband's clothes together and take them to the charity shop. It's a really hard thing to do. We had to do that after Mum, didn't we? I've got a few keepsakes that I've kept. I think the last big thing was the teddy bear, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That we gave to my sister's eldest. Yeah. Melinda's got fibro, can only walk a few feet at a time. So yeah, you've gained weight these past couple of years. It's very difficult. It is difficult.
But I said I haven't been, I've not been out walking or anything like that at the moment.
You've not been able to, have you?
I've been doing a few bits, potting seeds and doing bits in the garden.
And even that, it's been your knees all swollen and inflamed.
Yeah. And then, like I say, but my knee's not been inflamed as such at the moment. Yeah. But it's just, I think just the inside of my knee joint, probably from being big for a long time as well. So that probably didn't help.
Your knee joint, is that like a beef joint or a lamb joint? Gammon joint?
Well, as long as it's not lamb, I don't mind.
I know, right? But anyway, we are going to call it a day there, my darling. We're going to love you all and leave you all. It is
dinner.
Well, we've got to go and cook dinner.
Mm.
What are we having tonight? Am I cooking? Are you cooking? Who's cooking? What day is it? I honestly don't know what day.
Wednesday.
It's Wednesday because we're live. We're live currently.
I'm glad you realised that then.
I know, right? Can you realise that was a moment there where I just went, oh, brain fart. It's a bit like you being on the phone and to the dog food people.
My dog's called...
okay, Rufus, what are the name of your dogs?
I think it begins with an E. Well, they're all beginning with an E, so... Yeah, that was really embarrassing.
It was. Yeah.
How could you forget your dog's name? I mean, really?
It will be. Just take...
It was brain fart or something.
Yeah.
Is that what they call it? Brain farting?
It was a brain fart. It actively was.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone. Well, we will see you very soon. And as we always say, stay you, stay true, stay authentic. We do have the awards there on standby. So Kimberly's nearly at her One Stone Award. So that will be sitting there waiting for you, Kimberly.
Next week, maybe.
Could be next week. Could be next week. For those of you that have got other awards, let us know if those markers are coming up for you.
Yeah.
And we will make sure that those awards are ready for you on screen. And the Choosy options will be up as soon as I can get them photographed and posted, which will be hopefully within the next 10, 15, 20 minutes. At least by 8:30. So get voting on that. Because next week it looks like we've got another day with curry. Quite like curries. Thanks ever so much for joining us all today, and whatever you are doing, however you are doing it, wherever in the world you are, have a lovely week. And as we always say, stay you, stay true, stay authentic, and
happy choosy,
happy slimming. We'll see you all next time. Bye everyone. Bye.